Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Social Media Today, brought to you by Social Cycle. We talk about all things social media, news, tips, tricks, and hacks to help you get the full advantage of social media. I'm your host, Mohit. Okay, today we have a very exciting episode of Social Media Today. I was browsing Twitter today and I saw that Cardi B joined OnlyFans. Now, first I was thinking what is this? Cardi B is gonna start posting nudes on OnlyFans, and then I read an article about it, and she said no, it's like for personal content behind the scenes, and it's for her to connect with her fans. And I was like, this is pretty cool. Like traditionally, OnlyFans, if you guys don't know, is it's a content site for anyone. Think of it like Patreon, but they've found like a very good and profitable niche with like sex work. So like people who post their nudes online and people pay them for them. Um, Honestly, if you think about it, it's a good business. It's all about marketing and distribution. But I think with Cardi B joining the platform, it legitimizes it. I've seen some musicians on OnlyFans, and it reduces some of the stigma. Like maybe some other entertainers are on it. Um, I actually read of someone called Ruby Rose, and she made $100,000 in just 2 days by posting some backstage Instagram stories or Instagram photos on OnlyFans, and 100 grand in 2 days. Think about that. And Cardi also launched WAP lyrics. So it was for behind the scenes. And I think OnlyFans basically serves as like a digital infrastructure to anyone who's got like an online personality. Like that's your way of monetizing. I mean, it doesn't have to be for nudes. It's like the tools are becoming easier for you to be a content creator, which is absolutely amazing. If you think of a business or any sort of thing, any sort of brand, there's the personality, or there's a product, and then there's how you monetize or sell the product. OnlyFans allows you to do that super easily. Same with Patreon. Now you just need to have something that's worth trading money for, if you will. And the thing is that it's all value. So people are willing to back their whatever they want with dollars if they believe in it long enough. So that brings me back to Cardi B is a very famous rapper. People like her. People know who she is. She's very relatable. Like I think she was a stripper maybe like, I don't know, 10 years ago, something like that, maybe earlier. But now she is super successful. I think she now married or divorced from Offset? They have a kid together. She's making millions of dollars per year, and she's about to make a lot more money using OnlyFans. I think she launched initially at like $10, and then she discounted it to 5. But like, think about it. How many? I don't know how many followers she has on Instagram, but if she has 1 million followers, she could post up her link to her OnlyFans. Well, I don't know if Instagram will allow that. But since Cardi B's joining it, a lot of other content creators will do it, and then maybe it won't be considered not suitable for work anymore. And I actually learned this, that you can go live on OnlyFans, and this creates like a more intimate setting with your viewers. You can have a more in-depth discussion about whatever they want, and it feels a lot more personal. And it got me thinking. I was like, oh shit, like there's a lot of people who are trying to make a living using Facebook, using marketing, like these platforms that frankly like 10 years ago they wouldn't have had jobs that existed today. If you think about it, Jake Paul and Logan Paul have made probably what 10-15 million dollars just off YouTube, their merch. Like they're just two kids that got famous from Vine. Like they're making millions of dollars. Addison Ray, like Charlie D, whatever her last name is, these they're like barely 21, if not 21, that are making millions of dollars. It's crazy what the internet and social media can do. And I mean, I've seen some TikTokers put up OnlyFans videos because, like, if you're a TikToker, you don't know when your next meal is going to come. This gives you, like, OnlyFans or Patreon. It gives you what's called MRR, or monthly recurring revenue. This is like similar to what a software company like Salesforce has, and it gives you a little bit more of a projection in what you can do. Frankly, I think that people can start some sort of like online personality, um, create content in a specific niche that they like, and then resell that brand. Like, I think it might be possible with like PowerPoint decks about certain interest. And it's good for coaches. It's good for influencers. It's a way more scalable than like one-on-one coaching. You can have like, instead of having a Zoom call, which is a little bit more annoying, you can just have different tiers, I guess. So, like, for example, if you're like a personal trainer, the link in your bio is like a workout supplement, or not a workout supplement, but yeah, maybe it's a workout supplement guide, or maybe it's like a list of 5 exercises per body part or per body group, and that's your lead magnet. And then you can say, hey, subscribe to my OnlyFans in your little, uh, if you have like a link tree link, and OnlyFans is there, but like, instead of finding nudes, you'll find photos and videos of workouts, and then you can have like a higher tier for like a live workout session with them, and you can charge 10, 5, whatever bucks additionally. And it's like OnlyFans, since it's gathered so much notoriety with the sex work crew. That's how it got famous. Originally, it was started in 2016. It didn't take off up until like 2019, 2020 during the pandemic, when a lot of people got laid off from like their server jobs. A lot of girls found it as like an easy way to make some money. And now OnlyFans is starting to sort of shut its doors on sex work. Like, they're starting to tidy up their act, and I'm like, huh, what does this mean? Like, how are they going to expand their monetization? Are they going to perhaps start charging for ads? Can you create a free, I think you can create a free OnlyFans tier as well. So, I mean, I just like, once you get them in your funnel, it's really easy. And it's another way that you can make some more money. So it's another channel for your online personality. But going back to how OnlyFans is slowly starting to what appears to be like make it a little bit more family friendly, I think that's bad. Um, because OnlyFans is like where people went specifically for not suitable for work, and like, who knows what'll happen. And now that Cardi B is on it, I think that people will start to come there, and it's going to change the entire element of OnlyFans. And maybe they'll ban it. I don't know. I think what they can do is have like an explicit side and a non-explicit side. And because if you look at it, Tumblr has done something similar in like 2011 to like 2015. Tumblr used to be like the place for like, if you wanted to post like a photo of whatever you wanted, like your genitalia. You could do that on Tumblr. It wasn't explicit. And then Yahoo bought it for $1 billion, and it was said to be one of the worst acquisitions in history. I think that they weren't able to monetize it. They were buying the user base, but they had no way to monetize. Because if you think about it, advertisers want, like, the pool of advertisers who are willing to advertise on something that's very explicit is small. I think that there's like one or two ad networks. I think one of them is called Traffic Junkie. So it's super tiny for the people who are willing to pay. And since it's more of a buyer's market, then they would set the terms. If you have a lot more family friendly content, then advertisers are going to be willing to flock to it, which makes it a bidding war. So then you're able to price it up, and it becomes a seller's market. So we'll see what happens. But it reminds me that, like, OnlyFans makes girls who are, or I mean, people who want to create content, um, to be entrepreneurs because they're in charge of their own, like marketing and distribution. If you think about it, they're like Stripe. Stripe handles all the payment processing, but then at the end of the day, like you need to figure out how you're going to market yourself, how you're going to sell it. You already have something to um, collect your money, and OnlyFans offers a way to distribute and gate your content. So maybe it's like HubSpot meets Stripe for online personalities. I think that that's a pretty good tech um, tech comparison. So like, how can someone on OnlyFans actually compete, like market themselves? Um, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. Did I say Reddit? Maybe I did. Reddit, Facebook. They're all just ways to promote yourself. And I mean, honestly, you could probably just cross post like a bunch of photos on Reddit. You could just probably cross post to a bunch of subreddits. And I mean, the thing is that Reddit's a gold mine. Like all of these are just or they're places where you can find leads just all by themselves. I listened to this podcast called My First Million, and they talk about the unbundling of Reddit. It's honestly crazy. But back to I went on a little tangent there. So I mean, yeah, just like figure out different lead channels that you can post content on, and slowly like you build your marketing funnel. Um, if you wanted to eventually sell a course, you could do that. Like it's amazing. Um, but keep in mind that the more if you have a more explicit funnel first, then you'll isolate your buyers. But the buyers that are going to be in like that are moving into stage like 3 of your funnel, if you're a sex worker, for example, they're likelier and more serious to buy, which means that your conversion rate goes up. For example, if you have 5 people that opt into your free OnlyFans, um, and you offer them maybe like 2 weeks free, for example, 10 people, probably 7 of them are going to adopt the paid version of that. So you have a 70% adoption rate versus like if you posted something on Instagram that was like for 10 people, maybe 2 people would sign up and then they would go to your funnel for OnlyFans. Does that make sense? I hope it does. Um, I could be wrong though. I don't know. I would like to be proven wrong. That'd be pretty cool. But yeah, OnlyFans, it's weird. Like what a time we live in that social media has enabled this. I frankly wonder how people who are these like online personalities truly organizing like their workflow. Like, do they have a manager that does that? How do they keep track of advertisers? If you're a brand, how do you reach out after them? OnlyFans girls could also have sponsorships too, or like affiliate deals. That's probably like one way that they could promote themselves. And I think that it all goes back to the saying of "Don't build a house on rented land." So a while ago, like during 2014, 2018, it was super easy and super cheap to get a lot of likes and get a lot of eyeballs on Facebook because it was just designed for you to go viral. And what you had to do was it was like you could build up a page for I don't know, call it like $100 and get a lot, maybe like 100,000 followers. And so it was super easy for you to get followers on Facebook back in 2014, call it, to 2018. And what people started doing was they would pay like $100 for cheap likes. And you could like A/B test this. So like, for example, if you had like a super passionate niche of like people who like food, that's actually how Tasty came about, then it was super easy for you to get exposed to people who liked food or baking or whatever. And they would be super passionate and inclined to buy stuff. Now, the recipe is that if you have more people that are inclined to buy stuff, and if you just multiply the exposure, you're going to make more money. Now, content is super easy to make. You can make like a very family friendly article of, oh, you look at 10 dogs that look like humans or look like they're humans or whatever, and you can get that made for like 15 bucks, 10 bucks, when if you outsource it to someone. Now, the ad networks were willing to pay you, I don't know, like $3, $4 every 1,000 people. We call it CPM. So if you were paying for $4 for every 1,000 people, the article is costing you 15 bucks to make. You would need about 4,000 CPMs to break even on that. The rest is all profit. And since traffic was free because Facebook's news algorithm was so expansive, then people were making a lot of money. And the thing is that you could sell that asset for anywhere from like $1 million to, I've heard, $100 million. I don't know how accurate that $100 million is, but if you could sell something for seven figures that just turns out to be a content site that has advertising on it, then kudos to you, and everyone should do it. Now it's a lot harder. Facebook, once again, everyone's trying to go more personal. That's why groups are taking off. That's why, frankly, OnlyFans is taking off, because it's very personal, and the barrier to entry, I guess, is like that, like pay to play. So, I mean, who knows? Like, I'm excited. I hope that OnlyFans doesn't be like. I hope that they gate the content well enough where if you have explicit content, you go this way. If you don't have explicit content, you go this way. And but like right off the gate, by having that, or maybe they can have it like a different URL. I don't know. I mean, what if Patreon and OnlyFans merged? That would be interesting. They would just form one huge like holding company which owns 50% of OnlyFans, 50% of Patreon. Anyway, I digress. Hope that you guys enjoyed this episode of OnlyFans. I apologize for the abysmal microphone quality. Anyway, have a great Wednesday. Bye bye. Thank you for listening. This is Mohit. I'm signing off. Please rate us 5 out of 5 stars on wherever you get your podcasts, whether that's Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Anchor, Stitcher, whatever it is. Thank you, and I hope that you have a great day. Please sign up for the beta at socialcycle.io.